I got healthy, got wealthy, and even got wise. That sweet Kangen water open up my eyes, satisfying for the body, gratifying for the mind. Kangen water for the rest of my life. Kangen water quenches your thirst. Kangen water feeds your soul. Kangen water inspiring your dreams. Kangen water for the rest of my life. Let's unify with Chi spirit. Kangen water will set you free. Let's unify with Chi spirit. Kangen water will set you free. Let's unify with Chi spirit. Let's follow Mr. O philosophy. Look within 'cause you wanna win. Join the Kangen Nation. Kangen Nation, we're everywhere. All around the world, water we share. Changing one life at a time. With compassion for mankind. Well, I love you so you gotta know. Hope you don't mind me preaching.
Hey, sisters and brothers, I have a new sponsor, my friends Gary and Marilou from alkalinewatersogood.com. They are international Kangen water distributors. Kangen water is delicious water created from Enagic's innovative water technology. Enagic is a 56-year-old Japanese company with 40 offices in 23 countries, including an office in Manila and 8 offices in the U.S., and it is the leading manufacturer of alkaline ionizers and water filtration machines in the world. Not only do these devices filter your tap water, but they also produce ionized alkaline and acidic waters through electrolysis. These waters can be used for various purposes, including drinking, cooking, beauty, and cleaning. Can you imagine never buying bottled water again? The plastic in bottled water often contains BPA and other chemicals which are proven to be hazardous to your health. And how much fun is it lugging cases of it from the market, recycling it, and you know, plastic is an environmental nightmare. According to Gary, it's also a great way to add an additional income stream. He's been selling machines for over 12 years internationally, and everyone needs the healthiest water in the world. So folks, if you have any questions about Kangen water, check out their website at alkalinewatersogood.com. That's alkalinewatersogood.com. or you can email them at gary@garyballin.com.
You're listening to the Wolf's Den Radio Show. Talk.
Hey, sisters and brothers, welcome to another episode of WDRS Talk, the Wolf's Den Radio Show Talk. I am your host and your brother from another mother, Wolf Hemora. And just want to thank you again for joining me. This is episode 24, and it's going to be another great interview. And I just want to say again, thank you very much for your support, and hope everybody's doing great out there. The month of May is almost done once again, and it is going to be the start of summer here in the United States. Officially, it starts on May 31, which is Memorial Day. And so, yeah, it's going to be a good summer, better than last year, hopefully. Got some tickets for some concerts later on in the year, and really excited about that. I haven't been to a concert in over a year, as I'm sure everybody is on the same boat on that. So I'm really looking forward to live music, and being in a crowd, in an audience, and just having fun at the show, man. I miss it, so I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, I hope you guys, if you're listening over there in the Philippines, if you haven't gotten your vaccine yet and you have a chance to, go ahead and do it. Do not delay. Get this done as quickly as possible, and so everyone can move forward and we can try and go back to the new normal. And even after you've had your vaccine, let's keep on doing that habit of washing our hands. And hey, if you still want to wear a mask outside, if that makes you comfortable, I have no problem with that. I'm not gonna give you grief about it. Actually, if you want to wear a mask to not get the actual flu or get a cold, then that's a good way to not get a cold, So hopefully everybody gets their vaccine soon. Let's pray for the countries that are having a hard time, like the Philippines, yes, and of course India, who is having such a hard time. And yeah, that's it. Some business before we move on. Please do subscribe to the channels that you are listening to this podcast on. If you are on YouTube, please hit subscribe, and please like the episode. All of those things help me and help the show with internet online analytics. And so please be an active participant. And all you got to do is subscribe and like the episode. And if you are on Spotify, you can just give it a follow, and as well as Apple Podcasts and Anchor FM. And speaking of Anchor FM, if you guys want to make a contribution to the show, a monetary contribution to the show, you are most welcome. Any amount is welcome, and it goes to the production of the show, maintenance of equipment, and paying bills for the websites that I conduct the interviews on. You need money for this. It's not free. But if you wanna support this show a level up than just clicking like and subscribe, go to the Anchor FM app or the website, and just go to the WDRS Talk homepage, and you will see a donate button. Click that button, and just any amount is welcome. Any amount is appreciated. And in return, I will send you, wherever you are in the world, I will mail you a couple of WDRS stickers. And I'm sure if you are on Facebook, you've seen a couple of guys posted their stickers that I sent them to. So if you do make a contribution to the show, you will get a sticker. I'll send it to you anywhere in the world, wherever you are. So that's it. And do check out Kangen Water. Great water filtration device. It alkalinizes water, so that's the purest and healthiest water that you can drink, and even clean and use it on your face, your skin, and it's great. It's a great product, so do check them out, Kangen Water. All right, moving on. Episode 24, second to the last episode of season 1. So we're going to do episode 25, and that's going to be the season finale of season 1. I'm going to take a short break and compile more interesting and exciting interviews with interesting and exciting people. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the last 2 episodes of the season, and stay tuned for the rest. So episode 24 is going to feature my friend, my very good friend, Karen Kunawicz, and she is a journalist and a writer, and she's also one of the fans. She's not a musician, but she was a follower of bands back in the '90s music scene in Manila, and she was there at the beginning, she was there at the middle, and she was there at the end when things changed and the scene was changed. She was there throughout everything. She's a big supporter of Pinoy rock, and she's a great friend. And the reason why I wanted to talk to her is because she has been visiting here in the States every July for the past maybe 3-4 years, because she and her son get to go to San Diego Comic Con, which is a very interesting event. I'm not one to go to stuff like that because I'm not really a huge fan of comics. I like the new Marvel and DC movies that are coming out, the superhero movies. That's what's getting me going. But I was never really a comics guy, a comics person. So my nerdiness goes towards music rather than stuff like that. But I still find it interesting and intriguing. So that's why I like to talk to friends who are into that stuff. And Karen is very into that stuff. She got to go to Comic Con, like I said. She met a couple of great people. She'll tell you all about it. And what else? And we also talk about back in the day, back in the music scene that was very, very influential and eventful and just wonderful, a wonderful time for our lives. And the people who were there, who experienced it, the bands, the fans, everybody. It was a great time. It was a magical time. So I'm always happy to reminisce with people who experienced it. So yeah, that's it. And we also talk about a couple of the movies, the superhero movies, and I forgot to talk to her about The Walking Dead and fucking Game of Thrones, because she's a big fan of those. But it was still a spirited conversation, and we touched a lot of subjects. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, especially to the nerds out there. This is going to be really fun for you guys. And if you're not a nerd, man, it was still a good conversation. So I hope you do listen to it. All right, so here we go. WDRS Talk, episode 24. This is me and my good friend, Karen Kunawicz. Enjoy. Hello, Karen. Nice to see you.
Hello, nice to see you. Good evening. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to your mom.
Thank you, and happy birthday to you. You just had a birthday.
Yes.
There's so many people that I know are May. Even in my family, ang daming May sa amin.
Ilan?
It's my mom. It's me.
You. Sister?
No. April is in April.
Yes.
But who else? My nephew, my two nephews, because my brother Chris, he just had a baby, him and his wife.
Another one?
Yeah, second baby, second son.
Okay, hello. Congratulations.
So yeah, he was just born like a week ago. So May rin siya, and then my other nephew is also May. So there are four Mays.
Marami rin.
No, but yeah,
Same with,
and
I have
then
two cousins, two uncles in May.
yeah, we're supposed to be like the chill out people,
Really
but stubborn.
stubborn, yes, but chill
But chill, di ba?
for the most. Well,
Well, it's do you have a how's your patience? I don't know you
I'm pretty.
enough.
It depends. It's very depends on the situation. If I
No,
love
but I
a
mean,
person, I'm very patient.
right,
Extreme.
right, yeah. If you have something invested in it, your patience is longer.
Yes. I think with food, not so much.
Oh, really?
I think I'm the person who like always checks in for like, is the pizza coming? Is the pizza? What's the
Oh,
countdown for the
oh,
pizza arriving?
oh, wow.
Or
Wait, speaking of pizza, I just got into this guy on Facebook. It's go to his page, Barstool Sports, and
okay.
he's in the East Coast, and he did a couple here in California. He just goes to pizza parlors and he'll buy, and he did this through before the pandemic and during the pandemic. He would wear a mask, but he would still support those pizza parlors, which are small businesses. So he's like so famous for doing that, and for also supporting the local businesses. All of them, it's like when he would go. So every time him and his cameraman, they'll go to a city, and then he'll ask, "What's the best place for pizza here?" So it's like if it was in Manila, we'd go to Shakey's, go to Magoos, and then he'll do that, and then he'll the thing, and it's like I just got into him like of only like 2 weeks, and it's like so fun because it's so short. He'll just take a bite, and then he'll say his a score, and then
Okay.
the score isn't even a whole number. Di pwede mag-whole number. So it's like 7.1. Like, wow.
Okay.
7.1. Talagang, are you a pizza fan?
Yeah, I'm going to be hungry listening to this guy. And then you mentioned
I'm always hungry when I watch him. It's like, oh my
and
God,
then
this
you
guy.
mentioned Magoos. I mean, I loved it when they were 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yung sa Pasay Road.
Pasay Road in Park Square.
Yeah, diba? You come back from a gig. Well, for me, listening to a gig, and it's
Yeah.
2 a.m. and you want the Magoos.
Oh my God. Yeah, oh my
I
God.
don't know how Magoos is.
And then if you can't finish the magoos, because it was a big bite, that thing was huge.
The next day.
And the next day, the cold magoos is even better. Oh my God! It's like if you have a hangover and you can't wait to cook it.
Yeah,
You know,
I haven't had it that cold, but uh yeah, it's still good. I have not.
yeah.
Pag gutom ka talaga.
Because if you think about it, all the ingredients on a pizza, it it's okay to eat cold, like the salami, like the cheese,
Yes.
you can eat those things cold, the olives, and even the ham, if there's ham, or even pineapple, if you had a pineapple pizza, that you can eat pineapple cold. So
Yeah, I don't object. I mean, some people do. That's where they draw the line on the pineapple. But
oh, the pineapple.
it's
How about
probably
you? What's your thing with pineapple?
it's probably hair. It's okay.
It's okay. You can do
That's on the
without it.
cowboy special of Magoo.
Right.
I would
But
take the manager's choice or the Magoo special, and I would get the cowboy special.
yeah. But me with our first topic, pizza, no. And then so anyway, with regards to that, um the oh my gosh, like anchovies. How about anchovies? Do you like that on pizza?
Yes, I'm really okay with a lot of the toppings. I'll experiment also on different toppings. I like to,
Yeah.
just different types of pizza. I just don't like it plain. I like I got
Smorgasbord.
things. Yeah, I like when the combo flavors just works.
Yeah, and when they melt into each other, oh my god.
Oh,
It's
yun
just the
na.
best. Yeah.
Yun
But
na.
with me, I don't really object with the pineapple in Magoos because they charred their pineapple in the
Yeah, for some,
so it was like kind of crispy, it had a crisp thing to
right.
it.
Come to think of it, there are some pizzas like the Shakey's. I wasn't too much of a fan of the. You're right. That's probably the secret of why I would eat that Cowboy Special. And I have no idea why they call it Cowboy Special.
Yeah. baka
It
baka
had
tiga Hawaii yung cowboy, Hawaiian
other
cowboy.
things, pero sige, whatever.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes you see a Hawaiian style pizza, which means there's pineapple. They'll put the pineapple on top of the pie. It's like that's what's kind of yuck because it's on top.
Yes, you did.
You didn't
Now
cook
that
it with the pie.
now that you mention it, yes.
Yeah. So if people out there who don't like pineapple on the pie, why don't you try a a, a pizza place that cooks the pineapple with the pie?
Right.
Because it's different, it's charred pineapple.
Tapos sa Iloilo, I don't know if you've tried the mango pizza of Iloilo.
No, what's
Oh,
that?
did not think it would work.
Oh wow.
Like the crust, that
Okay.
mango and cheese. And I'm like, I'm not, oh, wow.
So the mango's cooked with the pie?
Yes. And then
Wow.
there's cheese. And I liked it. And apparently
Like
the place that's known for selling it. I just don't know. I forgot the name.
wow.
But
So how
it's
big is the mango slice? Like it's a
they're
slice of mango?
generous. Generous slices of mango on that pie.
Wow. And it's a big pie?
It's a big pie. Everyone was saying, yeah, you have to try it. We'll take you to the place that has or that will take out from the place that serves it or that's.
You remember what city it was in, at least?
I
In
ate in Guimaras of all places.
Oh, it was in Guimaras.
I think other places have it, but
Oh, okay.
but of course, where else would you get the mango? Pero
Oh, yeah, that's right. In the mango capital of the world, man. Guimaras has the best mangoes in the world. The tastiest. Oh my gosh.
yes, if travel is possible, I'm gonna go get that mango pizza.
Yeah.
It's
So so you're to the people listening, you're in the States now. You're
yes,
stateside.
yes.
And where are you now?
I am in the East Coast in New York.
New York State?
Yes, I'm in the city. I'm in the city.
Oh, you're in the city. Wow, sarap naman. I'm so jealous. Ah.
Nakapag pizza.
Wow. So wait, so what's the situation there in New York?
Well,
What's
I'm in an area. I mean, vaccination. I think California is higher. You at 50% fully vaccinated?
Yeah. We're pretty fast here. Daming
Yeah.
matanda dito eh.
So I think we're headed there. It's 50% of all adults. Uh, I think but it's not 50% of the population. So there's a push still happening for the vaccines. Like every
Uh-huh.
time you turn on the news, it's people encouraging you to get the vaccines. So at least I'm in an area where they're still mask conscious. I know there's new guidelines,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's still good to get the temperature checks because I'm very used to the safety precautions that they take in Manila, where
Yeah.
except for the face shield, but they take your temperature
Right.
uh, and they check if you're wearing a mask. So
I think they should do that. I think sometimes if I was a private business, I'd keep doing that because it's like, oh, you're sick. I'm like, I don't know, man. You want to come in? You're sick. That would be
usually,
weird, though. That would be
parang
weird.
they say that it doesn't really catch anything, but it's still a sign, di ba, na may nahuli ang temperature
Yeah.
high, that's still, you
It's
know.
like I am actually wary because this the right I mean a day maybe yesterday or 2 days ago the CDC said that if you're people who are fully vaccinated, um if you're just out and about, you don't need a mask anymore. I mean, if in reasonably, if there's no crowds,
Oo.
fine. And so the last couple of days, I'd be going out without a mask, walking through the whatever. If there's not a lot of people, I won't wear a mask. And when you go indoors, you wear a mask. So nakabaon pa rin yung mask in your pocket, di ba? So that's the look nowadays. It's the half mask,
Okay.
in your pocket, in your front pocket. You can see the other half of the mask. So before you get into the store, you
Yeah.
start wearing the mask.
And then I have that chain around my neck with the mask.
Oh, right. Oh,
I still
cool.
mask. I am still a mask user because I
Yeah.
have not yet completed the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Course.
me, it's like there was this was maybe 3 weeks ago when California lifted. It's like you can go to the mall, stores can open, whatever. It's up to the stores. Bahala kayo. If you want to open, you open. And then I went to the local mall here. Did I ever take you to Spectrum in Irvine?
I'm not sure. It could have.
But
I don't know if that's where we watched Captain America.
maybe, probably. But anyway, that's my if I want to be if I want to be an extrovert and see people and go out, I'll go to that place because it's an open air mall, so it's outside, and and it was so full of people because I would during the lockdown when California would lift the thing, but the vaccinations were not there yet. I mean, it wasn't in mass yet, but I had gotten my vaccine already. I would go to that same place and there's nobody there. So it's nice to walk, nice to see and window shop or whatever and hang out because there's no one there. But this time around, my God, it was full of people and I got scared.
Ah,
I
okay.
got scared. I was like, oh, I'm not used to this crowd. And since it's an open air mall, everything's moving. Everyone's walking. If you're not eating in a restaurant or in the chairs in the middle of the walkway, you're moving. It's just human traffic.
Oh my God.
And
Okay.
I freaked out. After a while, I didn't really freak out, but after a while, I was like, whoa, I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm getting a little overwhelmed right now, man. And I'm the person. I mean, I go to concerts all the time, and there's crowds. You walk with a crowd, but since it's been a year since I've been in a crowd,
Right. I'm so conditioned as well to quieter spaces. I have not been in your situation. I don't know how I react.
I think I would suggest that you ease into it. I mean, don't go to Times Square.
Ay, hindi. Ano, I have
go to
not been, and I can't even remember. I think the last time I may have walked through it, it was still but I guess they're opening soon. But the last time I walked through it, it still had people, but not at the level, that it's crowded and I get nervous. There's
yeah,
still there's still like a lot of space, and I still wear masks, and most of the people I see are in masks. I mean, I think
yeah,
it depends, I think, which state, which city you're in.
yeah.
There's some places that don't like masks and don't like vaccines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
but
are some
I
states
would
that are
say,
like that, and I mean, yeah, they are like that. It's just the way those states are. That's the way they think. That's their mentality.
I would be nervous. You
Yeah,
know, they would make fun of me, and I'd feel so terrible. But
yeah. But I mean, the reason why New York is serious is because they got seriously hit.
yes,
They got seriously hit.
oh,
People were falling
right.
like every day,
Day and
every
night.
day.
the
day
side
and night, every day. It was like
and we
that was like when everyone was like, "Holy shit, this is serious, man!" You know, every day there's deaths, and then people posting video of the portable morgues. It's some it's really dark shit, man.
yep.
And and yeah, I mean, and then staying indoors. I mean, how was it in Manila when at the start? I mean, at the real serious start,
Of course,
was there?
everybody was scared, and it was the streets were also dead for a while.
Mm,
But I think at a certain point, something had to move. There had to be more movement. People had to, some had to go back to work, get things done. Uh, it was okay, but then you look the numbers for last year seemed better compared to this year. There was a like three times our worst number or four times our worst number in March. So Holy Week it was lockdown, and now it's like
oh, it got worse.
yeah. So sometimes you're like
Oh
ECQ,
my god.
MCQ, GCQ. There's so many adjectives with the CQ.
Yeah, yeah.
Just get confused. So you're
I
just
mean,
still really
yeah.
down. Like we opened a bit and then closed down, and the rules change. And um, I know people who like I asked them on Zoom, and they can still remember like because they can remember the last time they were out and why, and it's usually to get food.
Yeah.
People are still staying because it's scary. That's now is the scary part. I think. I mean, if you see friends from the Philippines, their status is black or a candle.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So
Wait. Wait lang. I have to plug the computer. Wait lang. Cut.
plug it, plug it, plug it. La, nawala.
Why isn't it working? Hmm. Why isn't it working? Oh, yun. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay. Nasaan? Oh, biglang umiitim.
Ang alin?
Yung profile sa Facebook, black. Or
Oh yeah.
it's
Oh
either
my god. And
a parent, someone's parent, and with me naman recently, I lost a friend. She was 40.
yeah, I heard about that. Condolence.
Thank you. So, uh, yeah, it's very real, and nobody wants to take the risk because hospitals are full.
Wow.
So
It's
it's still very strict with limited movement, and the sad part is kids will have to continue online school, and I know how
yeah.
difficult it is. And you're hoping that it's just 1 year, then the vaccines come in, and
Yeah. Well, that's what happened here. 1 year, and then before actually
crazy, no?
before
It's like night
before
and day.
yeah,
Diba? Like unbelievable, the aggressiveness of the response. I mean,
especially when the
shaking my head last year, yung tipong
oh
sa White House nagkakahawaan na, 'di ba? Di ba parang,
yeah,
ginagawa niyo?
yeah, it's so stupid.
Bakit ganyan?
Oh my god, it's like and then he got it too. The president got it too. All
Oh,
of them, they all got sick with COVID because they were irresponsible.
'di ba? Tapos, they had this thing for the vaccines, pero the logistics was when the new administration came in, like, oh, what, where was the logistics for this?
Yeah, so they had to make their own.
Boom! All of
Yeah,
a
they
sudden,
didn't. They,
aggressive. It's really like night and day.
yeah, they didn't waste any time. They were like, this is, and
Yeah,
even
there's a
in a political sense, it's in their mind na we have to do this because if we don't do this, they're not gonna vote for us again. You know what I mean? So we have to do this. Have to get those vaccines, and then like in California, the governor said June 15, everything is open. Everything is open again.
Disneyland. No, I have
Everything is open. And the thing is with the governor, he was he's gonna go through a recall election in November
right.
because the opposition or whatever, they got enough signatures to do it. But the thing is, it's like it's still in November. It's May,
Mm-mm.
and he already said June 15 everything's open. So that should dissipate, so at least now, I'm sure now all those businesses who are like really clinging on, they're like, okay, June 15, all out na tayo, let's do this. So it's like it may take away from the sting. Maybe they're like, well, when the vaccines came in, the governor did his job. We're back open. Businesses are open. I don't know.
How
I don't
long
know.
has
But
Disneyland been open? I mean, I saw someone they posted from Disneyland. Naka-mask, pero
yeah,
both
Dave.
people he went to Disneyland.
Yeah, because he brought his family there because it's his son's birthday a couple of days ago. May then.
Okay, so how's the like? Are there rules for
Well,
Disneyland?
I don't know. Well, I mean, it's limited. It's 50% capacity. You
Okay,
know, whatever scale of uh, of establishment in a restaurant, the tables inside are 50%, and and so on and so forth. I guess.
so June 15, Disneyland 100% na. So
100% because now here in California, they're already telling, okay, it's like parang the go signal from the CDC and the medical community or whatever, that young kids and teenagers can get the vaccine
yeah,
already. That's where we are. That means all the old people in California are vaccinated.
it's so
All,
Speaking of which, for
yeah.
one reason, there was one morning I was playing Rod Stewart songs. I was telling my son, I don't know why I was playing Rod Stewart. He's like, "Mom, he's on tour." I'm like, you're kidding? Yeah, because the old people got vaccinated first.
Yeah,
They're the people who can't
yeah,
go to the concert already. Oh my god,
yeah. It's gonna be
Rod
the
Stewart
old.
age.
Yep, that's so true. That is so true. Yeah, all these old like sila Engelbert Humperdinck. Yeah,
I don't know how old. I mean, I think Rod Stewart's 76.
yeah,
So that group was the priority group. So
yeah. The
pwede
priority
siyang
group.
lumakas loob na.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but even and even in other countries like in Barcelona, they had a concert, no social distancing. Everyone had a mask. Everyone was tested.
Okay.
Everyone inside who was going inside the venue, the crew of the venue, the crew of the bands, everyone who was inside was tested before the show. Right before the show, you go inside, you get tested. You and then I'm not sure if they have if they I'm not familiar with those countries' vaccination processes, so I they probably were vaccinated already. So it's like they were having an experiment. It's like, let's do this the way that we are going to do this from now on. because they have to, because people are saying, the scientists are saying, and it's like, if this uh, virus, there's going to be another one in the future.
Right.
So we have to adapt to that. We can't wait. Kumbaga, we can't wait for the next one to happen and then react. It's like we have to anticipate
You have to prepare now for different
for
scenarios.
different scenarios. So even if, like, let's say, I don't know what they're gonna do, but they did an experiment, and then there was no cases after that show.
Wow, they
So
monitored how many? In the thousands?
yeah, in the
Really, there's
thousands. It was yeah. Not naman maybe only, four digits, that
okay.
size, maybe 1,000, 2,000.
So, okay, that's not. I was on Facebook and Riot Fest in Douglas Park, Chicago. 9 Inch Nails, Smashing Pump,
Yeah,
Pixies, Faith No More, Devo,
grabe, no?
Mr. Bungle, Coheed and Cambria, Gogol Bordello, Circle Jerks, Dinosaur Jr.
Wow, what a lineup. Oh my God. Where is
It's
that?
Riot Fest in Douglas Park, Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago.
You
In
know,
Chicago, so ang swerte ng Chicago, they also have Lollapalooza there.
so yeah, I guess they're confident enough that they can come back and do
Yeah,
this.
I posted the festival happening in September here in Dana Point near my house. And that's Ohana Festival. Kings of Leon, Pearl Jam is gonna play.
Nako.
So and that festival's really fun because I get to go there for free because it's on the beach. The festival itself is on the parking lot of the beach.
Ah,
So
okay.
and here in America and wherever else in the world, the beach is public property. Anyone can go there. You can't close the beach. So people just hang out in the beach, and
Tatag na
I've
lang.
I have seen so many bands on that beach. It's just mind-boggling for free, and then you can hear them. I don't have to see them. I can hear them play, and like, oh my God, I've seen like Crosby, Stills and Nash. I've seen the Black Crowes there. Oh my God, it's fun.
So I'm just astounded at how everything has turned around. It's
I mean that's the
well that this is happening, this is able to happen. It's like a dream.
it's like a dream. It is like a dream.
Like people are setting up like a big ones.
Yeah,
These are
big
not
ones. These are the classic American festivals nowadays. These are, and then the big tours like the one of Roger Waters. He canceled his right when he knew na they already decided early on there's a
mm-mm.
pandemic, cancel the tour, and then he's re I mean the tour's happening again next year, 2022. And
Just
that's a massive tour. Roger Waters, that's Pink
yeah,
Floyd.
I
Oh,
heard an interview with him on Michael Moore's podcast.
oh yeah, I heard that too.
Really, is his history, like his dad. Uh,
Hmm.
uh,
Was killed in the war.
yeah, uh, galing. I
Yeah.
love that interview. So I
If
would
there's
it.
there there's an album of Pink Floyd. It was the last album of that classic lineup because after it's called the Final Cut. After that, Roger Waters left or quit or was fired. Whoever you're asking. um, but that whole album was so. It's really a more obscure album of Pink Floyd because it's very dark, and the subject matter was about his dad
Mm,
because he never knew his dad. His dad died when he was like what, 4 years old, 5 years old.
yes.
So yeah, it's one of the more darker albums of Pink Floyd, and I think the other members didn't want to go that way. It's like, dude, that's dark, man. It's like that's not. Yeah.
You think Floyd telling you something's dark, it must.
Yeah, it must be really dark.
I haven't heard, but he's such a great interview subject, even like politics wise.
Yeah.
Uh, Everything like the conflict in Israel and Palestine, U.S. politics.
Oh, especially now, what's happening in Israel and Palestine now.
Uh,
Ooh.
Fascinating. That's really difficult, and it's hard for me to push for one because this is like
No, for me, yeah, I know. I understand that part. I understand that part. That's why I'm not really vocal about it on Facebook or in Twitter. I don't want. But the thing is, what I'm for is just like, don't. The violence is just too much. I don't want it to be violent. That's my thing. Whatever whatever their issues are, they have to work together because they live in the same place.
right.
They're neighbors, so you have to. I don't know. I'm just looking at. I can't even begin to understand because these cultures are ages old,
Diba? It's history, and then everything goes back to the Bible.
biblical times.
Yeah. So
'Di ba? How can we,
ang hirap
how can I?
ba, kampihan ko to kasi kawawa sila. Ito rin may nangyari din dito
May
eh.
nangyari din dito eh. So that's why. So it's like I look at it na parang
It's
I look at it, it's like the hate has to stop somewhere, somehow. I don't know. I mean, and I can't.
conflict na parang, di ba, like for some, like in Myanmar, parang, like, oy, just don't do, like you're doing this to your people. It
Yeah,
can kind
exactly. I mean, and so with those things that we see, Myanmar and then in Palestine, and then I look back at the first EDSA and even the second EDSA when I was there. The first one I was too young, I couldn't go there. I was a kid. I was a kid. So we were just so lucky that no one opened fire.
of, yeah, to
You
the
know,
very
because
story.
it's a very different story. It would have destroyed this country, I think. And it did happen during Cory, during that Mendiola massacre. They shot at people. They shot at protesters. I'm so against that.
They,
That is like,
on them, and the video that I saw that the protesters were old.
yeah, they were farmers.
Or
They were
old,
farmers.
even farmers. They were just like old, elder people, elderly activists.
Yeah, elderly active. Yeah. And they gunned them down. I'm like, what the hell is this? That's why when it's funny because when I'm quite vocal about the president now. Not all the time. I don't obsess over it, but I have to speak my mind sometimes. And then not all the time, but the people on that side, especially those who don't know who I am, or who don't know me, they just see what I post and they get, their eyes turn red and smoke coming out of their noses and then they go, they start to accuse me of being dilawan, which is dilawan, which for the uninitiated, that means it represents the Aquino oligarchs. I want to call them oligarchs because they are oligarchs. They're rich. So that's what dilawan means. And I'm like, dude, I don't even like them too. I don't like them too because they have their own sins against the country, being the Mendiola massacre, and then there was another incident on their land. They killed people on their own land.
Right. So it's so parang if you're not this, you have to be that. So
No, I'm not. I don't subscribe to that.
how is that? There's I don't know if the term is false dichotomy. Sorry, I can't.
Yeah. but it shouldn't be like that, especially if you're
You're
in.
not black, you have to be white. No, you can be
No,
orange, you can be
you can be red, you
lavender,
know.
right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
so,
It
but diba, instantly you're like that, or you must be a drug addict, diba? Or you must be into drugs if you don't
yeah.
support this president.
I mean that's why during that so-called war on drugs of the president, they would cover these people on with the cardboard and
Uh-oh.
ano yun, droga or whatever,
Yeah.
drug addict, they
Lara,
would
pusher ako, or
pusher ako, they would deface, they would, I mean, that is like the lowest form of disrespect a human being can, short of murdering them, which they probably did, and they already murdered him, and then they covered this thing and then put that he's a drug addict, he's a
that was,
drug pusher. It's like, wow, pare, animal, di ba?
well, uh, we're going to very dark since you
Okay,
mentioned
okay, let's
underwater.
okay,
But
let's
no, but before I would say that the thing that really got me was kids. Kids were and people didn't care.
yeah,
High school
yeah.
students, grade school students,
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and it's like, what? This is like, it's okay. Collateral
yeah.
damage. What?
And that's the thing, is collateral damage to what? What
Oh,
is the
what is
what
the
is so no
victory? Like, what is the I don't know.
yeah,
Was
it's like, what is this noble quest that you are on, that there is collateral damage?
and it's
There's nothing noble about it. When I hear that word collateral damage, that means sorry na lang kayo,
right.
nadamay kayo. It's like, fuck that. It's like,
It's
you're
but
supposed to, you know, you can't have that. You can't have. It's just weird.
never mind.
It's just fucked up. It's just fucked up. Anyway,
Quite, quite.
okay, let's go back to pizza. No, from
Yes,
pizza to
yes.
ano. No, no, no. So anyway,
Drama, so okay.
yeah, let's make it light. Let's go light now. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you because I started this podcast because I want to talk to people who I find interesting, who I find that they have a passion and they're really passionate about it, because especially if that what they're passionate about is something I am interested in.
No wonder you enjoy the pizza guy. That's his passion.
Because now I know that this guy's serious about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it would be, I think that it people who are passionate about what they do are the best source of information for something, like, let's say, let's say, like, you're into whatever you're into, and I don't know what you call that, the cosplay.
Yeah,
I I'm not into it because I'm shy that way. I'll do cosplay if it's Halloween, but not on a whim. Like, let's wear costumes. Like, wait, why?
the number of introverts who do that. It's really funny. You would think it's a extrovert thing, but a lot of
Uh-huh.
people have admitted they're introverts. They just transform a little, or transform for the day when they're in uh, costume. But of course,
Yeah.
conventions are gone from
Oh
the
my gosh. Yeah. That's why
many
I want,
geeks who are deprived of their joy.
they're all on, they're all doing it on Instagram or Twitter, whatever. They're
Some that I follow who are based where you are, and they're so
uh-huh.
good. I see their stuff on IG. So yung sa Philippines, like, I follow one because this guy still does prosthetics. And his girlfriend, they still do it, and then they share. But
Wow.
rest of us who like do that sort of thing, it's parang you're gonna change. It's so hot.
I know. I know.
parang wala namang party atmosphere, walang convention atmosphere. So we don't, but there's this couple that does it, and it's a kick. It's a kick. It's effort, but it's if you're a geek, these are one of the many geek passions you have apart from arguing.
No, oh my gosh, I can just imagine the arguing.
Buying Star Wars.
Oh my god. I can't. No, I can't. It's like when let's say when conversations go to either to Star Wars or to anime or whatever, then you try and like, oh, okay, let's start, and then especially if it's a person that you don't really know, and then you try to make friendly conversation, and then you find out that okay, he really likes that, and I can't keep up. Okay, change subject, because especially with the cosplay thing, I find it fascinating because I can't do it. So it's like, and then I think a couple of months before the lockdown, I was in Long Beach, and there happened to be a pirate day. There and it was in the port, in the port. So there were all these people in pirate garb, and I was like, oh my god, Karen and Angie and all of those guys and Hank would be perfect right here, right now. Oh my God. This is their tribe. So it fascinates me, It fascinates me. It's like, because it looks cool, man. I mean, the costume is.
They're having fun. Although, I mean, I'm not as like with there's some people who are constantly making things.
Uh-huh.
I've actually thought like I'm gonna retire. And then the pandemic happened, and I was like, I miss this. Like,
Yeah.
once or twice a year, maybe I don't want to completely retire because it's just fun. It's art. It's geekery. It's show like there's one that does they're all the anime and the Japanese
Yeah. Uh-huh.
too, but then the Western stuff I love. The heroes, the
The comics. Yeah. Yeah.
Star Wars, everything, Doctor Who. Sobrang enjoy. And then when I go to San Diego naman, what I notice the difference between the US and the Philippine cosplayers, they're so pulido.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Each year they keep improving and
Yeah.
improving, and they have mechas. It's amazing. In San Diego, sometimes it's not that pulido, but they want to do something funny with it. Like they'll mash it up.
Right.
Like one day I saw a guy dressed up as Thor, pero old Thor. Ang dami na niyang wrinkles.
Oh my God.
He had
So wait. So wait. We're since we're. I mean, what Karen means by San Diego Comic Con.
Yes.
So yeah.
Walker siya. He's like moving the walker, and then he would stop the walker, and he would try like to race Mjolnir, like.
Oh my God.
They would just they would mash it up, or they would have like a Darth Vader, but he's wearing like a chain with a dollar sign and a green with a
Gangsta Vader.
Yeah, like they mash it up. Or there's one guy dressed up as Batman, but he just wanted to be on a lounge chair, and the bottom half was pajamas, or like I'm busy. They'll be irreverent, and they'll mash it up. So I've just seen so many mashups I can't even remember. But
Yeah, because it's like if you're gonna go as Batman, I mean, the cost. I mean, how authentic can you get with the Batman costume, right?
in Manila, grabe, like hardcore.
No, but I mean, there is a limit. It's
Right.
like there's a limit to that. So, what? Yeah, I guess with their way of thinking, it's like, why am I gonna try my best to be the Batman, the complete Batman, and I'll just be lounge Batman,
Yeah,
right?
is that, or like a girl I saw, she tried to be C3PO but steampunk. So she
Oh
was
wow!
she had the trademark C3PO, gold, and then she had an R2D2 that she would sit on, and then she had a parasol.
Oh, nice.
They I enjoy the mashups.
Yeah. So what was your history of going to Comic Con? Because I would look forward to that because I knew, okay, Karen's gonna come to California, get
Uh,
to see her.
it's been a dream since 1995.
Uh-huh.
The Budget Tan, who wrote Trece, he
Yeah.
went to that one. I think he was also with the late Jerry Alangilan. And then they would,
Mm-hmm.
oh, there would be all these writers, and it's so much fun, and you interact with other people in the industry. And I would just love their stories about it. Oh, then Neil Gaiman's here. Wala na. Like, I
Oh
want to know who Neil
shit.
Gaiman is. So this
Uh-huh.
was in 95. And then I would see pictures, and then Cor Kenaras would tell me about it. Dino Ignacio would tell me about it. And Dino was able to bring me in the first time.
Mm.
Then after that, it's
What year was that? What was your first year?
that was the first because my father had died. I had been taking care of him for so long, so I couldn't, when you're
All right.
yeah, so you really can't go anywhere for an extended period. So the year he died was
Uh-huh.
the first year.
Wow.
The first year I was able to go,
To
and then
go.
uh you have to get creative about going because it's so hard to get a badge. I don't know how things will be post pandemic because it's not happening.
Oh my God.
Happen.
Yeah.
It's 120,000 people, and I think even if and it's indoors, so it's still
Yeah.
safe.
How
And
how many days was it? How many days is Comic Con?
I it's now Thursday. There's 4 days plus a preview night. So
Oh
basically,
my God.
uh, it's like Christmas, and then I would started to make friends. I'm such an introvert, but the last few Comic Cons, I was making friends now with other creators,
Nice.
and I discovered that so much of the magic now was being with the creators, talking to the creators.
Mm.
Because they have the Hollywood side, which is maybe one of the draws, but later on, okay, you've had your fill, you've done that, then you're like meeting the people who make the
The
comics
real people.
art, and
Yeah.
and they tell stories and
Yeah, they're the rock stars of their genre.
artists, and like it's I guess it's the feeling you get when you're at Nam.
Nam, yeah.
It's like you're here.
Well, I don't know about that because musicians tend to be snobby. They're not as they're not, but in Nam there's all kinds of music, so it's not just rock, it's all
Yeah,
kinds.
you
So you
can,
have, and then with the music you have, you know what the nationalities of the people that play that kind of music.
right.
So you meet a lot of people also, but then of course it's it's not a mystery. Musicians can be snobbish, and because especially talented ones, you
Yeah,
can't
that
help.
makes it very, but still, like as a fan, it's like what everyone's doing is like magic to the listener. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
on earth does this, like, then they geek out, on the gear and whatnot. I mean, I don't really mind. I mean, I still won't get it. So parang the magic's not. I'm just like seeing this performance, and you know when the musicians talk after. So how did this go? Oh, the sound was good, or I made a mistake here. Sometimes I do. I mean,
Oh
sometimes
yeah, yeah. That's just, yeah. That's already. I mean, that's musicians being musicians, being in. Their insecurities come out
yeah,
especially when you're playing, and especially when you made a mistake. There's some people who are like, I made a mistake. I won't make it again next time. But then there are other types of people who take it too hard. It's like, oh, I made a mistake. Shouldn't have made. It's like, okay lang,
diba?
okay lang yan.
What? Where? What mistake?
Yeah,
Yeah, sweating and
yeah,
where?
exactly. It's like one rule that we learned. I'm talking about Wolfgang early on. It's like if we make a mistake, unless it's a total train wreck, um, Basti, don't apologize to the audience
Right. The audience
because
is
they're. I'm sure you've seen this many times that especially with young amateur bands, the singer
right.
like sorry sorry medyo
Yeah.
they apologize. It's like don't apologize because
Right.
no one knows if you
No
made a
one
mistake.
knows. It just like I've been there and like why and other audience members don't like it. Like, why? Ano ba yan? Yeah, it was a good set, but the guy kept saying sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly. So it was I mean, we learned it early on. It's like if we make a mistake that's minor, it's not a total train wreck where it's really obvious, and that's very rare. Don't apologize to the audience. They
Has
won't know.
someone collected all the stories you've had on the road?
What do you mean?
Like all these really funny stories, like I mean, which I can't like you hear people like being in an elevator and all they're wearing is the jockey and cowboy boots and things like that or
Well, we weren't really wild. I mean,
but silly
because the Wolfgang crew, the band, we were all pretty mellow.
Mhm.
We didn't drink. I mean, I was a stoner, and other people in the crew were stoners too. So we were pretty much chill, and yeah, we would just hang out in someone's room and watch TV, and that's our trip. We were pretty boring, but
When you hit the stage,
of course, well, because that's us. I mean, that's our passion already. You know, when we're not on stage, it's just another day. You're just bored or whatever. And we weren't really we weren't active people, so we just hung out in the room. And one of our when
crazy.
we were so bored. One of our roadies, we would do this. We would put the TV on a channel with a soap opera. Whatever was on. Would it be if it was Marimar or what or Chinese or whatever, and then we would turn off the volume. We'd mute the TV, and then one of our roadies, he would make dialogue
Yan na.
on the screen, and it was just we would just crack up and like yun yung trip namin. So
Ay.
but yeah, never apologize to the audience, because one, if you're an amateur band, they don't care. I'm gonna be real. If you're an young band, amateur band, if you make a mistake, no one cares, man, because they don't care about you. I know So you made a mistake, but then after the song, it's like okay, walang reaction. So don't apologize. Because we're like, oh, why? What happened? Did they make a mistake? Well, I didn't know that. What was your, I don't know, because you are like an OG in that scene back in the 90s. I mean, you were there. I mean, you weren't a musician, but you were there in the audience. And then when I,
It's really fun.
oh my, I can't even imagine.
It's just fun and now pa looking back we're in a pandemic you're just so happy you did it like
Yeah.
you made baon all these like incredible gig experiences and it's
When
just
did it start? When did it start for you? High school?
no and college because
And
yeah because at least I was a senior I was finished now with the stuff and then
and college. Okay, okay.
then Club Dread was opening and then I was just hooked. It was just so vibrant and part of it is like you're in Manila, you're in the any night if you dance for just 2 minutes, you're sweating. So I'm
Yeah.
associating rock and roll with sweat and stickiness
And
and
loud music
yeah, and loud music and
and beer
you
on the
know,
ground and beer on the floor.
yeah, minsan walang dalang tuwalya yung banda, 'di ba? So you'll just
Oh my
wet
god.
dry.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh
But the
yeah.
extra shirt was, a nice thing to have.
Extra shirt. Yep.
Because wala, it would just be sweaty and people taking off their shirts.
Yeah.
Your concert, like the people in the... Kasi ang init eh. After 3 minutes,
Yeah.
wala na yan. And
Yeah.
it's
It's
just
uncomfortable to have a sweaty shirt, you know.
right. So just always associate it with sweat and the smell of cigarette smoke.
It's like pure rock and roll, man.
Yeah. So,
So
and
did someone get you into it, or how did you gravitate to Club
I
Dread?
just because I was studying in Ateneo, and then
Uh-huh.
I guess I had just heard about it. Like, oh, there's this place, and like, oh my god, it's I loved it. Like
Ah.
other places, Merrick's opened.
Yeah.
Then in Makati there was Kalia, there Weekends Live.
Yeah.
All these venues. Oh my god. And it got to the point, I think at its peak, like any given night, like I would have friends from out of town. I'm like, oh, you would catch a band. You just, maybe if that person stayed 1 week, they could
Uh-huh.
catch a bunch of really good...
Oh yeah. I mean the you remember the Dread Sked?
There's the dread sked, and then wala pang Facebook, but you would just call, like, oi, we have or the band themselves would reach out, oh, may gig.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
For some reason, we would all just find ourselves there
Yeah.
without,
You know,
'di ba?
it's
For some reason, we find you just gravitate 9 p.m. at this place. Oh, we're
yeah.
all there. The same,
It's funny that because you were I don't remember how our paths first crossed. Was it when we were playing in Club Dread, or did you come over to Makati? I don't remember.
remember, because I think with a lot of these things, it was just familiarity. You just
Uh-huh.
seeing the same
Yeah.
person over and over again. Na parang, yeah, okay, we're all part of the same scene, that you could just randomly talk
Yeah.
to someone.
Because in our scene, in our Makati scene,
Mm-mm.
especially early on, there were versions of you in that scene too.
Oo.
They were just in the audience. They were just there purely for the band music, they became friends of the band. No
Yeah.
one took no and then they were female. I'm talking about females.
Oo.
No one took advantage of them because we knew, okay, this is a fan. Don't mess with them. They're here for music. They're not here for our penises or whatever. You know what I mean?
But
You know
that's,
what I mean? And
yeah.
you can tell, and no one really, no one would really fuck around with them, but yeah, I know
Oh my gosh. Well,
audience members who were there from the start, and they were there.
there's all kinds of fans, and that's what makes it. That's what I loved about it. There was
Yeah,
just all kinds, all kinds. You had the ones who would love to talk to you after the set, and then
yeah,
there are times na parang, we'll go grab a drink after, but not at this venue, at this other venue.
yeah, 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 yeah. After hours.
You're gonna wait for your friend in the band, and you wait a long time because the fans want to have these long, long, long conversations. So
Conversations.
you're just sitting somewhere na lang on the chair, side, like, yeah, matagal pa yan kasi.
Oh,
So you really get all kinds. You have the ones that are like really shy, or they'll give you little something and then leave.
yeah.
But yeah, it's like, ano na yan, it's like you're not leaving in 5 minutes, or you're not leaving after all the gear is packed. You're leaving when the
Yeah.
person has
Yeah.
had their conversation, and this could be 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah. And the thing is, they have that conversation when you're all packed up.
Yes.
It's
And
like, and then they don't really say, "Hey, Wolf, can I," or whatever. Okay, can I talk to you later? Whatever. They just, when they see that you're finished with your work or whatever, that's when they come in and you're like, "Oh, dude, I was about to go, but
diba? Or
shit."
you finish with that guy or girl, then you're talking to someone else. So normally
Someone else.
the friends of the band go to the next place ahead.
Yeah.
Warm up the chairs.
Yeah, and then you're like, just order me just order me siomai
Yeah,
and
order muna.
yeah,
Order
order mo lang ako ng siomai, pare.
yun na muna, di ba?
Yeah.
Matagal pa yan. Especially if you're gutom. Oh, sige, we'll go ahead and eat. But that was all part of it. And
Did you feel, because since you were there from the start, and when I mean from the start,
sobrang saya.
I mean, so when you were really there at the start, because you saw the first Club Dread open, right?
Oo.
So that's the start. That's the start of the 90s scene, or whatever you want to call it.
So
The,
lucky.
the opening of the first Club Dread. That's where it starts. And then from there, from this small room to, and then Makati, they start sprouting up there, and then
Right. There's sweet.
and then the band who are the doormen, their band becomes the most famous Pinoy band. Talking about Ellie and Raymond.
Oh my God.
It's like you were there. You saw everything. You saw from seedling to
Yeah.
to tree.
Super, super fun. Just fun. And again, to get everyone together, to get this group of people together without social media,
Mm,
telephone, maybe
yeah.
paper, but we all relied on the flyers and the posters and someone calling someone up.
Old school, man.
Our gigs for May are on this day, this day, this day, in this venue. And then pag nagbago, ganyan, nag-switch. And again, we all were there. We all
Yeah.
we found it without social media. We're
Without social media, man. I
without
mean, a band like Wolfgang, it's like, how did we do this, man? Because it started off.
ano yan, diba? And you had like big shows and small shows and here and there, and you know,
Yeah, but we started off. It was our families who were watching us. That's it. The audience members were our families, because it's like, there was one of the early gigs of Wolfgang, really early gigs, was in the gym of North Green Hills subdivision, because it was the fiesta of North Green Hills.
I just
And my dad's like, "Oh, they have a stage there. Why don't you play?" And then it was a paying gig. We got paid. I think we got paid $5,000 for that, because they had a big budget. And
malaking bagay
so,
yun in the 90s.
huh?
Malaking bagay yon in the 90s.
Oh yeah, but we took advantage, because it was the budget. They had budget for that money or whatever. So, but yeah, the audience, the people in the audience were my family and the friends of Basti and Mon who would come along, and that's it. And then, that's why it's like,
Then after that, di na makapasok sa venue.
yeah,
'Di ba? Nasa labas na lang.
it's so
Arrive
weird.
15 minutes late and all of Merrick's is full na. So nasa likod ka na lang.
Yeah.
Yan.
And that's the first Merix. That's the small Merix.
Small
Oh my
Merrick.
God! It had gotten so bad in when we would play, because it was jam packed, and
Oh,
it was
they were like stuck to the wall na.
they were stuck to the wall. Yeah.
Pag lang, 'di ba ganyan, para may space and
The whole wall on the side. On the side, if you're looking at the crowd from the stage, on the left side, that long wall, It was all people on the wall.
Yeah, you know that ride that spins and then
Yeah.
it stops.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
yeah.
my God. And then during that time, they still allowed smoking in that place. And
Uh,
oh God.
oh my,
Oh my God. There was one night. It was jam-packed and everyone it was smoking literally and figuratively. you know. The everyone was just into it. And I ended up throwing up somewhere because I couldn't breathe anymore from all the smoke.
the
I'm like,
90s
holy shit.
definitely had a lot of throwing up. A,
Yeah.
a lot. Like, oh my gosh. The weekends live, diba, may plants dyan sa labas. I don't know how many
Oh yeah. Oh,
those plants.
those plants have had their share of vomit, man. Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a
Rock
club.
and roll, man. It was rock and roll. It was just
It was
fun.
really funny. Oh my gosh. I have just really, really funny stories about uh like I remember one time sa weekends live,
Mm.
uh yun, again, like I would be the, friend of the band or whatever, someone driving somebody home.
All right.
And I just remember like, that's it. I'm tired. I'm gonna go home. Okay, where's Hank? Like I can't, because like, you guys all drink and all of you're wandering,
Oh
and
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that brings you there. So it was so funny. I won't mention along the the guy, but he was a drummer for another band. And he's like,
Uh-huh.
I'll help you find him. I'll help you find him. But he was also so drunk. Okay, you look there, I look there. And then I couldn't find the guy. Like I had found Hank. Like now I can't find the one helping me find you. And I'm not kidding. We eventually find him with the plants. Apparently, he had like drank
This is
so
in
much.
weekends live.
So
Okay.
umihi siya malapit sa plants. And I think
Uh,
I'm lasing, he kind of like just tilted over.
oh my God.
So and then how many? I mean, I guess a common experience. You have to wake the person up, wake the drunk person up,
Yeah.
or there's an after party in someone's house, and
Oh my
there's
God.
always that one person who's passed out that you have to wake them up,
Yeah, of course.
and it's not easy, diba? Parang, how do we wake this? How do we take them home? How do we remove them from my home?
Yeah. and then weekends live.
Magigising
When
magulang ko nandito pa tulog sa ano. Minsan tulog sa, on the grass, on the floor, on the
oh my God.
gigisingin mo parang wakey, wakey.
Yeah. You gotta go home.
Comedic things that were just, I don't know. It's so many, even like I wanted to slam that. I was Club Dread slam dancing,
Mhm.
and this guy, pushed me. Typical slam. He pushes me. I
Yeah.
fall. He's like, "Oh, you fell!" Like he reaches out his hand,
Uh-huh.
pick you up so you can again. And then like the
Yeah.
moment I'm back up, he pushes me again. I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
Oh my God.
But
Okay.
not really not. So I would just not do it anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Very physical.
Hey, sisters and brothers, I have a new sponsor, my friends Gary and Marilu from alkalinewatersogood.com. They are international Kangen water distributors. Kangen water is delicious water created from Enagic's innovative water technology. Enagic is a 56-year-old Japanese company with 40 offices in 23 countries, including an office in Manila and 8 offices in the U.S. And it is the leading manufacturer of alkaline ionizers and water filtration machines in the world. Not only do these devices filter your tap water, but they also produced ionized alkaline and acidic waters through electrolysis. These waters can be used for various purposes, including drinking, cooking, beauty, and cleaning. Can you imagine never buying bottled water again? The plastic in bottled water often contains BPA and other chemicals which are proven to be hazardous to your health. And how much fun is it lugging cases of it from the market, recycling it, and plastic is an environmental nightmare. According to Gary, it's also a great way to add an additional income stream. He's been selling machines for over 12 years internationally, and everyone needs the healthiest water in the world. So folks, if you have any questions about Kangen water, check out their website at alkalinewatersogood.com. That's alkalinewatersogood.com. Or you can email them at gary@garyballin.com.
Dude, I got I don't slam dance. And then when I first came here to the States, I went to a punk show with my brother, and it was the drummer of the Ramones, Marky Ramone.
He went to the Philippines then.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Marky Ramone. And then of course, it's punk rock, Southern California. It's the home of punk rock here. And especially that area, Orange. So, circle pit, ganyan. And then when you're on the edge, people who are behind you, they'll push you inside. And then you have no choice but to go with the flow. Or else
And you can't stop. If you stop,
you can't stop. If you stop, you get hurt,
Right.
or you get
speed. If you go hit boom.
yeah.
It's,
So I was like, oh shit. So I had to start running around, yeah. And then I remember there were these two young girls, man. They were locked arms and they were like just swinging everything. They were talagang, wow, these girls are freaking out, they're really exercising some demons, And then out of nowhere, there was this huge kid. He was a kid because he was floppy. He wasn't steady. But he was huge. He was like 6'3", 6'4", really big guy.
okay.
And I'm a foot, smaller than him. And he comes out of nowhere and boom, slams into me, or I slam into him, whatever, and I bounce off him. And I'm like, it's it's like when you're like, what the fuck was that? Holy shit. And I'm like, okay, tama na to. I crawl back into the crowd behind the circle that's been formed. And I'm like, oh shit, this punk rock shit's too much, pare.
Yeah, it's looking back, it's like, why did I even do that?
Yeah, man.
It's rough, but it's fun to watch, and for the nights that you're feeling a little crazy.
Oh yeah.
But then it also depend on the show, because there would be times that I would run because you could see like a barbecue stick out.
Oh shit. That's not cool, man, when it's like
But
that.
it's happened, and
Oh yeah. Of course.
And then-
You have those idiots, man.
and then it's really like sometimes they'll hassle you, like, which band are you here for? Like, because my gang supports this band.
What?
Like,
Really?
yeah.
Oh wow.
And with the punk bands, like they have tribes.
Oh right. Yeah.
Teens. Like, oh god, if I give the wrong answer, trouble.
We didn't really experience that in Makati because there were no punk bands and they would not, those bars would not allow bands like that, man.
So no, this would be like a concert, one of these open concerts in a field.
Mhm.
And I can't remember, it was just one of these really rough crowds.
Yeah.
It was Carl Roy was singing and he was being heckled, but he knew how to answer back.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like yun. Like, am I gonna give the wrong answer? I gave the right answer, but shortly after that, I looked for a cab na. I'm like, Bye.
Oh my god! You remember? Do you remember what you said? What the answer was with the band?
Uh,
Or the memorable band?
it was, I don't know if it was, I think I may have said, I don't know if it was Discount X or
Oh, okay.
Tikbalang. I can't remember. But this guy kasi had a list, like a list of the punk tribes that they were aligned with.
Oh my god.
And then I remember like they were, and then they were shouting but Carl. Like they were shouting at him, bakla, bakla, bakla.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, Carl wasn't punk enough for them, huh?
So funny. Then he shouted, bakla, bakla. He's like, akyat, sino bakla? Akyat ka dito, chuchupahin kita dyan. The guy just shut up.
Yeah.
Which is so funny for Carl to say that because everyone who knows Carl behind the scenes, he's like
Yeah.
carrying Buddha beads.
Yeah, you wouldn't say something like that. Like,
It's funny.
oh man.
Yeah, but it's still fun. Like you would still have a story. So all of it to me was fun. And then I know like si Eddie Boys, comes out with his pictures of all these
Oh
like
yeah.
and there would be like people that we would remember just by face. But we're like, saan na kaya to ngayon? Diba? You would ask to identify,
Yeah.
not identify everyone, but it was just this one
It was a moment.
super fun collective.
Yeah.
Uh,
Especially pictures, because they capture whoever was there to
Right.
pose.
Right.
You just happen to be there. It's kasama ka sa picture, di ba?
tapos it even would jog my memory, like what was happening here?
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember
Yeah.
if not for the photos.
You just remember
The
I guess yeah,
whole
or the room that you're in, like in Club Dread, that room and the one in EDSA, those windows. It's like, yeah, I remember that, but I don't know. You see, you don't remember why you were there.
that was nice though, because like I preferred the vibe of the old one, but this one had the space.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was great. I like the Club Dread on EDSA.
Yeah, nobody needed to be on the walls. Then there was space to.
And even if it's like you could go there, even if you didn't like the bands, you have your own
Yeah, you
lounge to hang out in. Yeah.
That, and again, with maybe better that there was no Facebook, but that Metallica thing with Jason was there.
Oh
and
yeah.
better without Facebook because you couldn't, because everybody would show up.
Everybody would show up. Yeah.
Like a phone call, like
Yeah.
Patrick's gonna open Club Dread tonight.
Yeah. I love that, man, because it was so secret. I loved it.
Oh,
It was so secret because Lee
Lee.
was in. She told me we were in the press conference of Carlos Santana. He had the concert 2 days after in Araneta,
Okay.
and I saw Lee there. It's like Lee, and then she goes, "Hey, She said Jason Newsted wants to jam. Patrick's gonna open
God.
Club Dread.
Oh,
You guys want to jam?"
crazy.
I'm like, "Yeah."
So
And like, of course. Oh, sige, we'll meet you in Club Dread. So I drove all the way from Manila Hotel back to Sony Music, and the rest of the guys were there. Told them, it's like, we're going to Club Dread. Jason Newsted wants to jam. Let's go.
so
It was so fun.
and
It was
surprised,
amazing.
diba? And just the right amount of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It was just right. It was like I mean, the people who were there will never forget that. I'm sure. It's like, and how lucky they were, or it's like they were like, shit, na swerte natin, we were there, whatever.
Oo. So yep. Super
So anyway, let's move. Let's go to what I wanted to really talk to you about is the superhero stuff.
fun. Okay. Yeah.
So you said you didn't get to watch. wait. First of all, I was surprised. You said you got burned with Superman versus Batman. What does that mean?
Batman versus Superman.
Batman versus Superman.
Watching it, and first of all, I found like the film quality to be dark and murky.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the projector at SM was bad. Pero
Oh, okay.
wasn't visually I wasn't impressed. Story wise, I was disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
So I was so burned by it that I have did not I beforehand I didn't watch Man of Steel because the trailers didn't excite me. Um and I because of that I didn't watch Justice League. I watched Aquaman, I watched Wonder Woman, but I didn't watch Justice League because of what BVS did to me. I
Wait.
remember
So wait. What didn't you like about that story?
which story?
The Batman versus Superman.
Nothing. It was just the only thing like Wonder Woman would show up, then there would be like light, and she would be kind of inis with these two guys. Like, what the fuck, you guys? What the hell? And like she would kind of try and put them in their place and make things a little fun. But otherwise, I left, and I have friends who are like really big DC fans, and I, they know naman. I tell them nicely that this film. But yeah, the others I watched, and I am excited for the Flash, but yeah I did not watch those films because they were not for me. And then it was like Star Wars also. I mean, there were people fighting over BVS,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't want to get into the fight or invest
Oh, okay. Yeah.
time fighting because geeks can do anything. They'll all gang up and it's
Yeah.
nothing fictitious, but they're so passionate that it's such a long thread that I'll just leave it as disagreed on the.
Yeah. It's just your opinion. Yeah. I don't really get into arguments like that because one,
Nah.
I'm not really a comic person per se. I only got really interested because of superhero movies because then you see action. So when I go back to graphic novels, now my imagination is more active. I can imagine it now, you know, as opposed to before seeing any movies. And I look at comics and like, oh my god, there's so many words, so many. I get that's how I get discouraged. So many words, so many words. Oh my god, this character is so pensive. He's thinking all the time. But so but I got it. It became clear to me when the movies came out. Even the X-Men movies were more. I could not get into X-Men, the comics. I don't know why.
Mhm.
I just couldn't. Maybe because when it first came out, they had those yellow costumes. They were all in yellow and black. The
Oh,
original X-Men. It was kind of fun. It's like, wow, baduy naman ito. They have a uniform. Whereas I was already used to DC where all of them have their distinct looks. So what movies did you enjoy?
Ah, well, my favorites have been uh, surprisingly Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's not my favorite. My favorite is Rocket Raccoon, but I love the storytelling, and I really like what they did with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that because I like that the
Oh,
series.
Shanty Dope pa.
May ano?
Shanty Dope. They played the Filipino rapper.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
they were in
Oh
my
my god.
Amats.
There is before we go to that. There's a side note. There's a oh gosh. There the in Amazon there's a series called Invincible. Have you seen it?
I've
Have
heard
you watched Have you watched it yet?
no, but because I watched The Boys, it's been recommended.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch it. I mean, it's really it's really gory. It's just gory as hell. But the animation is so good. But my point is that in one of the episodes, the characters end up in a flea market, and there's a stall that's Pinoy, that's selling Pinoy food, and the guy, the main guy, buys what you call that that straw tray, bayong. No, not bayong. Is that the bayong? Where you with the rice you make
Not
you
bilao.
when bilao.
No, wait. Yeah. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the flat one where you clean the rice, you take out the rocks out of the rice. But anyway, it's there. It was and then they were saying, oh, the female characters like, yeah, I spent some time in the Philippines, that's why I know this food. So it's really Filipinos are really in
We have infiltrated.
have infiltrated already. It's like it's like
But there was, and then if you watch the closing credits of Falcon and Winter Soldier, you can see isang mundo, isang tao.
oh really?
Yes. It flashes by really quick.
Oh,
Ano yun?
what in every episode or the last one?
I noticed it. I don't know if it was in every episode, but I did notice it at least in the last 3, 4 episodes when I'm looking at the closing credits. What's that? It
Wow.
flashes by really quick, and I would never pause it until my eyes would just like wait to catch it, and I would be able to read it. And then I don't know if it was I guess the last episode. There's a Pinay Philippine Air Force, or second to the last, as a representative in the global relocation.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. But
Yeah. So she's there, and in the episode, she can fly a helicopter. So she helps Falcon save a helicopter with these delegates. And what's her
okay, yeah. Yeah, she was in a suit.
yeah, oo.
And then yeah, I remember that in the helicopter, yeah.
So yeah,
Because she was Filipina.
Philippine Air.
Ah.
Her dossier comes out, and my friend paused it, and then
Oh, I didn't see that.
talaga, akala ko Vietnamese. But yeah, she's
Yeah, I didn't think. I didn't think Filipino.
then my son said also it's a Philippine delegate. So,
Oh, I gotta see that.
yan.
I gotta see that again. I really like that. When I first started the first 2 episodes, and then I kind of stopped because there's just so much stuff to watch on TV, on streaming. So, but then when I came back, I was like, whoa, this looks really good, and the story was good.
The story's good. It's very,
Yeah,
it's not completely fantastical because they're dealing with very current world issues.
yeah,
It's not aliens that it's so easy to write na we're battling aliens, but
yeah. It's
make,
people. It's the
diba? Ang galing. And then the whole thing about I know millions of people are already going to hate me for taking on the mantle of Captain America.
yeah. My God, what was your reaction when you saw him come out first? Because I mean, he's not a bad looking guy, okay, without the mask. But that first shot of him, and he had that weird smile. He looked really funny. That first shot of him in the Captain America costume. So I'm not sure if they wanted him to look like that, or I don't know. But
I noticed that so much.
you didn't notice it. I don't know. It
It's part of the costume that exposes the ears. I didn't think it was necessary.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Thing. But you can just don't have that thing, just have him wear his shades.
the shades. Yeah.
But anyway, that's the costume. I know. But otherwise, I thought it was trying to make very interesting statements from different points of view.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, from different points of view. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah, because yeah, because it going back again to the Israeli Palestine thing. The spoiler alert to anybody out there, the quote unquote bad guy was the young girl, the redhead, right?
The flag
She was
snap.
the she.
And she's not, like she's a bad guy, but you can also understand like
No, that's why I mean in quotes the bad guy. She was the antagonist, but you could also understand why she's doing it. She doesn't want to do it, but she has no choice
mm-mm.
because her mom died and nothing happened. So it's like it's very it I'm sure they were thinking about what was happening during the pandemic and all of these issues coming to light, the inequalities and all of that. So people I could relate to it right away. I was like, yeah. I mean, the
And
people are like that now. You have those people who are not really activists, but they've gone beyond the activist level where they are, there are people who are called environmental terrorists.
ah,
They blow shit up in the name of protecting the environment.
right.
So so people like that do exist. It's not fiction at all. So that's what I liked about it. Like you said, it's not aliens.
Oh, diba? It's so easy to, or these mystical, whatever, super beings trying to
Yeah,
attack the heroes or to conquer Earth. It's
conquer Earth. Yeah, it's like you can reserve that for the movies. But if it's a series, if it's going to be an ongoing series, you have to have
yeah. So I like,
staying power.
yeah. So good, good call. It's the best thing I've seen on TV for the duration of the pandemic. I mean,
Mm.
buti na lang I've kind of climbed out from Tiger King.
Oh my god, I didn't even bother with Tiger King.
I watched it, at least
Oh my god.
uh improved.
I can't deal with watching people like that, man. I can't. It's like a waste of my time. I'd rather watch a
Ganun,
documentary or something.
ganun yung
But
mindset.
but anyway, but yeah, the story was great. The action scenes are great.
Yes.
It's not the action scenes were good enough, but not like a Marvel movie blockbuster. Winter Soldier wasn't really his fighting was more down to earth than in the movies, because he wasn't being chased by Black Panther or something like that.
Right.
So
Right.
it's more, close quarters, James Bond kind of fighting.
Oo.
So, yeah, so I liked it. And then Falcon's costume is so cool, man.
The
And
Falcon original. The one that you see him in, not the Captain America one.
uh-huh.
And then, sorry, then they bring in this guy, diba? The, Wyatt Russell, see John, what's his last name? The other Captain America,
Oh yeah, wait.
John Walker.
Yeah, the
Diba?
I don't want to use this term, but that first shot of him nga, he wait, this sounds weird again. Can you talk a bit
Hello, talking. Talk,
again? That's coming up from
testing.
there you go. Okay, we're back. Sorry. Um he kind of looked babalut to me when that first shot. That's why I was like, oh. I
Pasadya, ewan ko.
I don't know if it was sadya for that reaction.
Baka
When it's like, whoa, why does he look so funny or something like that? I don't know.
made it
That's why I don't want to say that he looks ugly because he's not an ugly guy. He's not an
no.
ugly,
Baka
you know.
sinadya nila yun. And ang galing niya, that actor, si Wyatt Russell, he was
Yeah,
really,
he's good. Yeah, he was good.
people daw have sent him death threats and I don't know what. That's what I heard.
Oh my god. Well, then he did his job. Then if he is getting death threats, then
Ni Kurt Russell.
And I also like the dynamic between Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know,
Yeah.
it's like they're it's like their morality is very high. It's like, whoa, okay, mga conversations ng mga to. It's like,
Oh, but don't touch my sister.
yeah, don't touch my sister. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, the dialogue's great. The script is good, and yeah, I wanted more, man. That's the. How did you like the new Captain America costume when he became? Because Falcon became Captain America, diba? That's
It's, for me, it's just this thing around the
oh,
ears.
the ears. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I just prefer like you could just have some at the neck and then have him have his
Shades. Yeah,
yeah
pero white shades, diba? White shades.
with the red lens. Kaya, so I'm interested. They did a good job there. So I was telling myself this is too much to watch. It's so complicated. I already watched all this. Allah, you've turned blue.
Oh, sorry. I'm there.
So I've watched, all this. So I still have time, but wala na. Hook ako. Pati WandaVision, I got hooked.
Oh yeah, WandaVision was cool. I didn't like it at first. I didn't like I was getting bored with the black and white, the 50s era part, that like the first 3 episodes, I think, and it was still black and white.
Mm-mm.
So I gave up on it for a while, and then people were raving about it. I'm like, what? Why? What? Okay, so I gave it a chance, and then and it when it became color, I was like, okay, it becomes colored, but it was great. I liked it. I liked the story.
I liked it, but I was so, I thought it was very good, but then here comes Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I'm like, okay,
This is better.
this is. Kasi I really like, I really like that Captain America too. Is like, who would think that that would be my favorite Marvel film? Nga,
Oh,
my favorite character, but it's my favorite film.
actually, yeah, you're right. Thinking about it now, because it was one of the first ones, of the
Yeah,
new
the
of the new Marvel ones, no?
yeah. So I remember we watched the first Captain America together. It was very,
Yeah, yeah,
but this one was like
yeah.
the next one, and then Civil War is very
Then
good.
Civil War, yeah, it became, yeah. That they say this all the time, like in podcasts that talk about this subject, DC, Marvel, whatever. Is that the Marvel did a why Marvel won this round, or whatever you want to call it, is because they had a 10 film plan already in place, or something. All of these stories were in place already. They just had to execute the films.
Right.
Whereas DC would do one film and then think
Ad-
about the next film and then think about the next film. So it's like there was no continuity. So by the
Right.
time it got to Batman versus Superman, hindi mo na kaya, because you're like, what's happening here?
Oo.
It's like,
But I want to see Flash because I'm interested in what the director is going to do with it. See Andy Muschietti.
uh-huh. What did he do? What has he done?
It and he did Mama, the horror film.
Wow, they got a horror director to do the Flash?
Yes.
Wow. Oh,
But
wow.
they also got a horror director to do Aquaman. It was very colorful and light.
Who's the director of Aquaman?
James Wan, and I think I could be wrong with The Conjuring. I feel like I have to Google that.
Oh, okay. That's not confirmed.
I'm
Oh,
gonna-
wow. I didn't know that. Wow.
And they come up with so I'm interested.
So the Flash in Justice League, that's the same actor they're going to use?
I think they're going to use the same guy.
Yeah, because there has to be continuity. If they get another guy, people are like, well, we already fell in love with with this guy. It's like,
Oh, Oh, yun nga. Tapos they have a Flash TV series and people wanted that same guy
That same guy to be on TV too.
to be in the movie. So
Okay, okay.
although they have a nice event for fans, they have something called the Fandom. They did it over the pandemic. So it
Mhm.
was like a DC Comic Con. Cute naman. Not cute. Sorry, cute's the wrong word. It was very nice in that there were so many depressed fans around the world and they gave a chance for people to participate. Like they had Pinoy fans.
So what was it like, Q&As and all of that?
They had Q&A, like one of the hosts or segment hosts was Filipino,
Mm.
and then there was like fan art and there were submissions by Pinoys. We were really big geeks, especially during the
Yeah.
pandemic. There's nothing to do.
Oh yeah, I can just imagine.
Involved and cosplay. There were Pinoy cosplayers. So yeah, except to get more deeply involved in your fandom because uh you're inside.
Hmm.
Wala, it's just a huge love affair with with the pop culture that we have. So
Yeah,
like, you arrive like from the airport pre-pandemic, you arrive from the airport, then all you see are movie posters of Hollywood films,
yeah,
diba? Palabas, and it's all along EDSA, and we love it. I mean,
yeah.
we're so big on it. So I guess
So, oh yeah,
it's good and it's bad, but yun, I guess for the pandemic, it's good. It's something to
oh
hold.
yeah,
Like, when the Snyder Cut came out, like I had all these friends who were just excited to talk about it, excited to see it.
yeah. It was great. Yeah,
Dorian, we can't legally get Disney Plus unless you have a VPN, but you know, everyone lapped up the
the
mantle.
the reason why people freaked out about the Zack Snyder, me included, is because we it was like a redemption thing. It's like, wow, finally someone got it, and it's a 4-hour film. It's like The Godfather for superheroes.
Okay,
You
and
know, that's the thing of it, and it's like finally someone gets the
mm,
feel. I mean, because DC is kind of dark compared to Marvel, so
and
so
there's
it really has to have that look.
I actually would see people in the line for Hall H at Comic Con.
Uh-huh.
I love ZS. Or there's like he's got like a strong following. So I
Oh,
think
gee,
one of the reasons the Snyder Cut came out was I think
yeah.
there's, one fan that lobbied so much for it, and then another,
And
and
then it just became millions of
just yeah.
people.
So may hashtag na yan, release the Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
Here we are. There's time to re-edit and edit over the pandemic, and
yeah. And it came out at the perfect time where the pandemic's still happening, and
down, and we are still. I mean, we're still locked down in the Philippines. So I think people are just going through their Netflix, their Amazon, their
oh my god, yeah, yeah.
which I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how
Did
people
you?
watch so much.
I'm sure you've heard of the new Game of Thrones prequels.
Oh, House of Dragons ba yan?
Yeah, that looks exciting. Are they going to use the same actress,
Parang hindi. I'm
or
not sure
she's
about the
maybe she's too
timeline of
old, no?
I'm not sure about the timeline of because like yeah, I mean I write about this stuff for the
Yeah,
newspaper, but there are people who really watch so much more than me and I don't know how they find time to do it.
I mean, I have no idea. I only saw a poster of it and like, oh, Game of Thrones again, prequels, cool. I didn't click it. I wasn't really. I was like, I'll just watch it when it comes out. you know?
As we get closer to the series, then I can like watch the backgrounders and stuff. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it's a huge volume.
There is a like not a resurgence but a surge of this uh, original anime in Netflix that Netflix produces.
Yes, I think you are watching the one where the one of the characters looks like Angie.
Yeah, and it's Yasuke,
Yeah,
the title, and it's a black samurai, and he's a black guy who's a samurai,
I
and then
more than one season na, no? Because think you talked about it.
the season's over, and it's produced. This is the interesting thing about it. It's produced by an artist called Flying Lotus, and he's a producer. Not exactly hip hop, but eclectic progressive music
Nox,
that
no.
has hip hop in it.
Some people are just so multi-talented.
Just so talented. I mean, because
Sarap sa
I mean, and yeah, he was produced by Flying Lotus, who's a musician, and I mean, you can check it out if you want.
We have something on Zeus.
Yeah, that's really good too.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it yet, but uh,
Hi.
yeah, it's so good. I mean, Netflix is really. I think they probably have anime fans in Netflix that work there, so I guess that's why. So
Oh, and there's a lot. They have like they produce I don't know 70 films. I'm not sure if I have the number correct,
uh-huh.
but a lot of films for 2021.
Oh yeah.
And I think they have one pa with Leonardo DiCaprio and Meryl Streep in the same film with this like
Oh,
cast of. Wait, I will check, ha. Let me
okay.
just para
Yeah.
para accurate ang info. But it's like a huge cast. Meryl Streep.
Have you seen Knives Out?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good movie
Yes.
too.
Sequel pa yan. I liked it. Si Benoit Blanc.
Yeah.
Eto.
He imagine from James Bond he becomes that. They'll make more stories for that detective.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh.
There's a film with Leonardo DiCaprio, Meryl Streep, Jennifer Lawrence, Timothy Chalamet, Kate Blanchett, Chris Evans, and Jonah Hill. They're all in one movie,
Oh my God.
and it's for Netflix. And then there's a new Zack Snyder, Army of the Dead. That's
Yeah, I want to see that. That looks good.
and then yun. So tuloy.
Exciting.
Uh-uh.
Are you gonna go to Comic Con again if it comes back?
I would love to.
Because you stopped going for a while, diba?
I stopped because of the pandemic, and then
Oh,
every
okay.
year I keep going. It's too much. There's so many, and I'm an introvert, and I'm
Right.
so many people, and sometimes I get dazed, and I have to like step away from the crowd, and
Yeah.
I can't handle it. I can't. This is like I'm not gonna do this anymore. And then here, couple of months later, I'm scrambling for tickets. There's so many ways kasi usually the regular way going online, people can't. It's just too
Okay.
volume. Even with 120,000 badges, people still can't get badges.
Yeah.
So if that fails, you have to look for friends who have a booth. I tried to go in. I've gone in as press. I've gone in as a creator. I have to try all these things just to get there because it's Christmas. It's really geek.
Oh yeah, Geek Christmas.
But okay, I've celebrated Christmas, so by the time Christmas comes around, I don't feel pressured anymore that I have to
Yeah.
have this holiday moment because we all parang I did it.
So to close this episode, what would be your most memorable experience in Comic Con? Not seeing costumes or anything, but like maybe from the press conferences. I remember you met the guy from Game of Thrones. What's his name?
Pedro Pascal, but no, I met him. I've actually seen him a few times in New York, and then one time, chumempo talaga ako. may kasama siyang handler. Kasi bulol ako, wala akong masabi. And I was holding my cell phone camera.
Does he have an accent in real life?
It's American, at least
Oh, okay.
when he and then the handler or the person with him, this woman was so nice. She goes, it's okay, here, give me your phone, Pedro, this girl would like a photo with you. And she took 3 photos. She was kind, she could understand, she could interpret bulol.
Yeah.
So
She could interpret bulol.
it was lovely, and I will forever thank her for those photos, because the other times I
Yeah.
see him, I couldn't say anything. And he wasn't even eating. He would just be on the street. And this was 7 years ago. But last year, I also got a chance to interview him on Zoom.
Mm.
Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh.
So he's also like very much an activist. Like his politics are very, I mean, he's very upfront about it on his Instagram.
Oh.
So he would
Okay.
he's gotten trolled for supporting for supporting Pride, for supporting BLM.
Yeah.
Um
Well, that's cool. He's my kind of guy.
so and he joined with, he would join women's marches.
Okay. So ano talaga?
Ano siya, may banner pa siyang resist.
Nice.
And then he had very interesting things to say about the pandemic. Because I was thinking, it's the year. I interviewed him in December 2020. I was like, the year's ending, and you are actually on a triumphant note. Like, you have the Mandalorian, your entertainment.
Oh yeah, Mandalorian. Oh my god.
Entertainer of the Year for Entertainment Weekly, one of how many entertainers of the event. Then he came out with a movie. But he said, I'm still very worried about COVID. This thing isn't over. People have lost their jobs. People have lost loved ones. And he was still so focused on the pandemic more than, I
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
imagine, wow, man, I'm going to end this year on a happy note. He was so somber about it. So, parang my level of appreciation for this actor has increased. Plus, I think I said, like, I was trying to do a Billy Idol impersonation for him for Rebel Yell.
Okay.
And he did it on Zoom, but better than me. So parang natawa din ako eh. So whenever I hear a Billy Idol song, I think of him.
Wow. Imagine that after check this out. Think about it like this. After he took that picture with you, he became a star. I mean, he became a real star, Because everyone thought Pedro Pascal, after that role in Game of Thrones, is like, okay, parang unique actor that's never gonna, it's like nakaswerte lang siya. He's cool in that role, whatever. But then he did Narcos. He did all these other movies. Kingsman.
Agent Whiskey.
And then of course Mandalorian.
Yan.
It's like when you hear when he did Mandalorian, and it's like you heard his voice. It's like, that's Pedro Pascal. It's like, yeah, because I didn't know it was Pedro Pascal at first, and then I heard a voice before I knew it was him. It's like, that's the guy from Game of Thrones. That's Pedro Pascal. It's like, cool, man.
So yeah, he's an interesting guy. So yeah, I hope I meet him again. Parang I feel like he's gonna do more interesting things.
I think so too.
Upcoming.
Yeah.
And maybe and galing din because he's from Chile. So they also have a history there of the Pinochet years. And
oh yeah, they have their own revolutions and all that. Yeah.
Right. And they're like, in some ways, like parallels to the Philippines a little. So Oo.
That's the one thing that the Philippines has in common with South American countries, the revolutions, the dictators and all of that. You
Right.
know.
Right. Uh, I wish there were nicer. Well, I mean, there are other nice things in common, but you know, yeah, and parang it's sometimes it's not quite resolved. You know, like this the struggles in so many places.
Yeah, because then when you get rid of a dictator, there's a vacuum. You're not guaranteed that the next person's going to be good. You know.
Right, diba? That the causes of it or the
Yeah.
device is removed. So,
Yeah.
wala. It's such a deep. Sometimes I find it hard already to argue uh, politics because I feel like I have to read so much history to be able to be an effective
Oh yeah.
person. Because there are just things I believe in, but then
Mm.
when you know when
I
like
mean, you
some
can't. Yeah, this. I think the same way. It's like there are certain things I believe in, but I'm not going to go out of my way to argue for them because they're my beliefs already. You can't
yeah,
change them. I'm the only one who can change my beliefs.
right.
So
So
I
parang
find it. Yeah, I find it a waste of time to argue someone who's saying it's like, why do you smoke so much weed, dude? I like smoking weed. Get off my case. I'm not going to argue this. Yeah, but weed is bad for your lungs. It's like, psst, I enjoy it. It's my vice. It's my escape or whatever. It's my lifestyle. So I can't argue, like that.
so like for me, like if I would like arguing about vaccine, so I would have
Mm,
to read up, you know, so I mean I think people should get it, but there are people who don't want to get it. So now I'm trying to read up on mRNA technology
yeah.
and are parts of baby fetuses in it, which it's not in the mRNA vaccines.
You
So
cannot. I mean, when it sounds absurd, it is absurd.
yeah, but that's I've been told I don't want to get it because this is
Yeah.
my belief as a Catholic, and I don't believe in
Right. Right. No. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. There is that. But then
have to.
But then the funny thing about this whole anti-vaxxer, we'll end soon. But this anti-vaxxer thing, it started from Jenny McCarthy, that actress. You remember her? She was like kind of a female Jim Carrey kind of actress. Um, but she started that whole anti-vaxxer phenomenon because she wrote a book and she blamed her child's autism to the
Yes.
vaccine.
Uh-oh.
And of course, it's a book with all of these proof that it's really not. I mean, people, the scientific community does not validate whatever she's saying there. It's like, no, that doesn't cause autism. Autism happens to, from what I see, because I know there are some autistic people that I know. And you never know because in their family, they're the only ones. So it's not hereditary. It's not, no one really knows. They're still finding out all of this stuff. But for her to say that the vaccine that helps a lot of people from having two legs that are the same length, you know what I mean? When you see people with polio, that means they didn't get vaccinated. And it's not fair. And then there was even one story a couple of years ago. This kid, American kid, the moment he turned 18, he sued his parents for not giving him vaccines when he was a child.
Yes, I've heard
He
of.
was, yeah, if you've heard of that, no? He was so angry. It's like, I've been sick all my childhood. I was just sick and mahina and, weak and all of that because he didn't give me any vaccines or whatever. So he sued his parents. I mean, so anyway.
Oh, so I think there's a certain age where you can get it, but it's I think it's the way out. Otherwise, there will be variants, and
Yeah, exactly.
nobody wants to be stuck.
And that's why the medical the scientists are frustrated with people who don't want to get vaccinated is because it has to be herd immunity. The more people are vaccinated, the less this thing is going to spread. And it's just gonna die a natural virus death because there's no more. It
Wala
can't
nang
find. No, wala nang host. Yeah, it can't find a host. It'll just die. So anyway,
Mahabang kwento yan. But anyway.
Karen, thank you very much for
Oh my
joining
gosh.
me.
Thank you, Wolf.
It was so nice to talk to you after a very long time.
Yeah, not that. We were in Newport.
Yeah, but I mean, long
was
time. Lockdown was a long time.
Lockdown, and I know that there was another person who asked to chat, but I was in such an introverted, not.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that you're very open today, and I really appreciate it.
But yeah, I think, but it's like that with introverted people. There's some days you're.
Yeah, I get it. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, there's some days you just
Some
don't
days you're
wanna.
like-
Yeah. I don't get to that level, but I understand.
or pwede chat na lang.
Yeah. All right, take care in New York, okay?
Thank you. Thank you very
Alright.
much, Wolf. And I hope everyone stays safe and healthy. And I know that there might be people who don't believe in vaccines, but for the ones that do, maybe we can, especially in the Philippines, advocate for a good distribution. And there are donations coming in and supplies coming in, and that we demand that these be handled effectively.
Yes.
Because there are so many people we care about over there, and we want them to stay safe. We don't want to be worried.
Yeah.
There's so many people I want to know that I can breathe a sigh of relief that they're going to be safe.
Yeah.
So, stay safe. Stay
All
well.
right. I'll see you soon, Karen. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.